Hi, this is Pete Singer, editor of Semiconductor Digest. I'm here at SEMICON West 2025 in Phoenix, and I'm talking to Danny Sanchez, who's the Senior Director of Services at Kelly Services. And you probably know Kelly pretty well from their work in our article in their October issue, so please check that out. But Danny, could you tell us just a little bit about how Kelly Services works to hire and develop semiconductor technicians?
Yeah, I can. So really, it's a multiple step approach. But when we get a new SOW or new project that we're going to work on, we go out, we look at the local business, right? The local talent market, what that looks like. And really, when we go out, we hire for potential, right? They might not have all of the training that's needed, but we find alternate markets to find these people, whether it be former, restaurant workers, former fast food, or even grocery store workers that have work experience, but maybe not semiconductor experience. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring them into that semiconductor environment and give them that training in order to further their career goals, right? Whether it be they're going to start and work in what we call a level 1 operation, where they might just moving materials from one side of the factory to another side of the factory, to where we might even have technicians working on preventative maintenance on tools or big systems in the factory, right? So our goal is we've adopted this hire, deploy, train, and develop model, right? So you might think that's a little bit different than the hire, train, develop model, but what we're going to do is we're going to bring them in, we're going to deploy them into a work environment, and then we're going to train and develop them, right? We're looking for people that could do more, people that catch on quickly, and can prove to us that they have the ability to take that next step. And they do that by showing up to work. They do that by being eager. And again, during the time that they're working for us, it's a compressed work week. So they might go get that degree or go get that further classroom education, as well as that on-the-job experience. And by doing this, we're tapping into different markets that the rest of the semiconductor community isn't looking, right? They're looking for somebody that's trained right out of the box, but it also gives a lot of our customers the ability to train them and bring them up in their culture and how they want to form those people, right? And this has been successful through the last few years that I've been with Kelly Services, because our customers have come back and hired at least 800 employees from us across the U.S. To move from a Kelly Services full-time employee to working for whatever customer they're supporting at the time. So it's been very advantageous. And actually the funny part is, in the talent community, the word gets out that these are good jobs, that it's a good starting point for people, right? That they might not feel like they have the training to do that. They might be a little scared to do that at first, but once they get in and they grow through those ranks. Actually, a good feather in our cap for this year is in an operation that we have up in the Oregon area. We have over 5 employees that are celebrating 10 years with us that have grown from starting technicians as opposed to very, developed technicians that are doing different work. So we kind of showed that we're able to just keep developing them to a higher and higher level.
And you actually like to see these people take on full-time positions with so would you call it a direct hire? How many of those type of peoples?
I mean, I don't like that term direct hire, because they spend some time with us to train and develop. It's more of a attempt to hire or a conversion that we're looking for. Direct hires are more, we're just going out to find people to work directly for, and then they don't ever work for us. We like to have that training period and that development period that they've spent with Kelly. And so that way they can go out in that world and speak positively about it to our customers. And then we've even had through the years now, there's at least 3 or 4 candidates that I know that worked for us as a starting technician that are now managers and grown in those ranks with our customers.
Yeah, very good. So you encourage that?
Oh, yes.
See that? Yeah. Okay, that's great. And then I know you've got some, big projects. There's a lot of big projects here in Arizona, and in the U.S. that are ongoing. Can you explain how you handle the big on-site programs?
So, I mean, some of our projects have over 600 employees on a single site. So it's a huge endeavor for us to take on. And what we've done, because these are all managed solutions, these are not, we hire technicians and give them to our customers to work and manage and direct. These are all manage, direct, and kind of outsource managed solutions through us. We have to scale our management with that. And we've created a whole management training program on our side to where we might, when I talked about the hire, deploy, train, and develop, part of that development might be that you might not go work for our customer. you might come work for us in a management capacity. And at one time, over 60% of our managers on a particular site have been homegrown, I would say, or they were technicians at one point and now have come into management. So because of that, and because of our multiple locations and our presence across the country, we're able to scale that up and even scale it down and redistribute them if needs be. Plus, on the other side, going back to what we talked about at the beginning, our customers actually hired some of our managers right into management positions on their sites because they're in that environment. But that's a good development step that we've taken on to be able to identify that during our potential is that, they can, that potential might not be working for the customer. It might not be a master technician. It might be a management position within Kelly Services, which also helps us, in fact, turn around and run our business. So.
Okay. Well, it's a great model.
Yep.
And congratulations and have a great show. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
All right.